Well, Dr. Taylor, you want to take a look at the shot, Melanie? Make sure Sean's okay?
Sean, yep.
All right. Well, Dr. Taylor, we'll get going.
Sure.
And just wanted to. All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1. I'm Jeff Blitnikoff from URI.com. I am with Dr. Taylor from Gannon University. Thank you for your time today, Doctor. Very much appreciated. Gannon University was just named as one of the best colleges in the nation to work for. And just wanted to see, first of all, what the award, how you won the award, and then also how you feel about the recognition.
Well, the Chronicle for Higher Education does an annual survey, and they survey employees at the higher education institutions across the country. So it's the employees filling out the survey, and they ask questions about everything from leadership to employee satisfaction with their work environment, to the people they work with, to the students. So it's a broad-based, how do you like your work environment, and how do you like the place that you work for. So the survey comes to the faculty and staff. It's filled out anonymously, so they can say anything they want. And it's a great opportunity for Gannon to get feedback to know how we can do things better. And this year it was great to get feedback that they think that they have a great place that they work for. And so nationally we were recognized for competence in senior leadership. And I've been very clear with people that this is really about leadership in a very broad sense. We have a fantastic senior leadership team, but we also have fantastic faculty and students, and leadership comes in lots of different flavors. So we're all working on this together. It is a Gannon family and a Gannon team that's moving the university forward.
When you look at what's been going on over the last year, what kind of developments, and from the top of the senior leadership all the way down to the students, what kind of developments have been going on to contribute, you think, to Gannon's success?
Well, I guess you can look at it from two ends. One is, it's always about the people. So one of the things that makes Gannon such a spectacular place is the people. We've got fantastic students that are driving us to get better, that are asking hard questions, that are requiring us to do things differently. We've got faculty and staff that are working very hard to make sure that the learning environment is a dynamic one. It's connected not only to the things that are important to them as human beings to grow, but also connected to the job market and to society. So the education is real. But it also goes from a leadership perspective to planning. And we are a business, and so we've got a very strong strategic plan. We've got focused goals, so innovation, engagement in the community, and global awareness have been the three drivers for us over the last 2 or 3 years, but actually for several years before that. But our strategic plan is about innovation. And so how do you create innovative learning environments? How do you use innovative techniques to recruit students domestically, to recruit students from international places across the globe? And how do we get our students out globally and realizing that the world is a little place in some senses, but there's lots of difference out there, and difference is good, and we need to go out and embrace that. So, innovation has been driving what we do. Community engagement, our West Bay front is our neighborhood, and we know that as a Catholic university we have a requirement and an obligation, and it is our call to reach out to our local community and support and sustain an Erie community and a downtown Erie community. And then globalization is something that we've brought in record numbers of international students that help create diversity and help us understand different cultures on our campus. And we've gone from about 60 students or 70 students about 5 years ago to almost 250 students went out across the globe this year in travel programs and service to the community. So, what drives us? It's the people is what makes us special. But you need to have a plan. And we've got a strategy. We know what we're doing. We've focused on a group of things that are important not only to Gannon, but important to Gannon serving the community, and now we're executing on that plan.
And it seems to me that it's a very student-centric environment in that, when you've mentioned a few times innovation, where what you're doing with students is you're first of all creating programs, you're creating an environment for what's next, not for what's now, but what's next. And part of what's next, of course, is the innovation into the future, but also teaching students how to become good community leaders, people that can fit into a community and thrive anywhere. Is that a fair statement to bring up?
Absolutely. I mean, our vision is about educating socially responsible world citizens. So we're focused on leaders in the community. We want ourselves to be leaders, but it always comes down to, we're going to be here a long time as Gannon University, but our students are the ones that are really going to have the impact and the broader impact on the world. So, for every year that we graduate 800, 900, 1,000 students, they go out and they impact 800, 900, 1,000 other people in other communities. So for us, it is always about the student, and it starts with us asking the students, what are you looking for? And we're asking that when they're applying to come to Gannon. We then continue that, whether it's through the Student Government Association or other clubs and organizations, or the mechanisms. I mean, there's a student on our Board of Trustees, a voting member of the Board of Trustees as a student. So the students have a voice, and we need to listen to that voice. And you said, it's about the future and not as much about today. It's about both. I mean, we need to be educating today's students, and we do. They can walk out directly into the world, whether it's the working world, their family world, their church, whatever it is that they're going to be doing, and be ready to hit the ground and be a contributor, and a meaningful contributor in society. But we know that things change. So we need to educate students that can think creatively, that can problem solve, that can articulate a position, and that can grow. So what we're trying to do is plant the seeds and develop human beings that are able to continuously change and continue to grow. And as they grow into stronger leadership roles, they grow into better citizens, and they continue to become better community members. Well, that's what we want to be as an organization, and that's what this recognition, I think, really states, is Gannon is a great place to work for, because we're constantly questioning, how can we be better? How can we do what we do better? And how do we continue to grow and change? But not change just for the sake of changing because society needs something new and different in who we are and what career it is, and so we need to deliver that.
I heard a quote, I'm paraphrasing here, and it seems like all the awards that you've been winning lately, including Best Value School in the 2015 edition of U.S. News and World Report, America's Best Colleges, among many other awards, is that it's the old maxim of success is driven by not doing thousands of things and scattering yourself around, but it's doing a few things, but doing them over and over and over again, and having that discipline. And it seems to me that all of these awards are the result of a culmination of a lot of right things that are going on at Gannon University. I'm wondering if you could speak to that for me.
Well, I think first you got to stick to your roots. I mean, we're a Catholic university that knows who we are, is comfortable in our own skin. And so fundamentally, we are all about relationship building. We're all about faculty and students partnering together. And then it's just about partnering how, where, when, and doing what. I mean, ultimately, the primary issue is staying focused on the student, staying focused on the learning experience, and making sure that you continue to improve that. When you then talk about, well, how do you stay focused? You got to have a plan. And so we've grown in our planning and our strategy development. Higher education has quite often just kind of gone through life and whatever came up next, and we don't do a lot of that. Not that we don't whatever comes up next, but when somebody brings an idea, every idea isn't a good idea, but some of them are really good ideas. So very open to creative thought, very open to new ideas, but we continue to bring that into a system of thinking where we do the analysis and we look at, well, where is that going to take us? And is that the best use of resources? And where is that going to take the students? And how do we stay focused on what our mission is? So we start from the mission, we end with the mission, and we understand that students and their parents are paying tuition to come to the university. We need to be good stewards of those resources. We've had our largest fundraising year this year by a long shot, and we've had multiple years in a row of record fundraising years because people will contribute to an organization, number one, that they have passion for, but number two, that they have belief in and they think is going to be there and that's doing the right thing and doing good things. So it all comes down to if you can define who you are, you can commit to executing on a plan, and that plan is one that's for the good of the student and for the good of society, it always seems to work out right. When you focus on yourself and you focus on making sure that you benefit, and that's not what we're about, and I don't think that's where success is made. So ultimately, success begets success. And we're doing good things, and we're building buildings, and we're building new programs, and we're enrolling more students than ever, and we're becoming more diverse, and we're understanding that students need to have hands-on experience on campus and get it off campus so that they're ready for the world when they get out there. So we're focusing on those kinds of things, and whenever ideas come to the table, you bring them back into that frame and say, is that going to move the student forward? Is that going to make the organization stronger? Is that going to make the university a better place to work, a better place to live, a better place to learn? And if it is, well, let's look at that then relative to how much is it going to cost to do that? Because our money's coming from students' tuition. And if the students are paying tuition, it should go back and benefit the student. Or it should at least benefit the student's learning experience, and how does that benefit the Erie community? It should be benefiting someone else, not us as the organization. It should be benefiting someone else. So if you keep on mission, you stay true to a Catholic tradition that got us here, making sure that access, and you talk about best value, provide high quality education at a cost that is justified and one that is as low as you can possibly do it and still provide a quality education. And we've looked at low tuition increases for the last several years. This last year, our tuition increase was the same as it was in 1977. I mean, it's been decades. We understand that money is tight. We understand that we have an obligation to use our resources wisely. And so if you have a plan and a strategy and you execute on it, part of that is how to do it efficiently.
Well, Dr. Taylor, appreciate your time. I always like to, in the interview, give you the last word. Fired a lot of questions at you, but is there anything related to anything that we've talked about, including and maybe even especially this honor, that you wanted to bring out as we end the interview?
Well, I think it's a great time to be part of the Gannon University community. I think the survey results from the employees say that they think it's a good time to be part of the Gannon University family, and we're happy that our family is growing and that we're a healthy organization and a healthy family, and that we have the opportunity to give back and give back to the Erie community and reach out beyond that to the rest of the world.
Dr. Taylor, President of Gannon University, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right.